With the Ripple Labs versus SEC case going too long, Fox Business conducted an investigation on the case. Want to know more? Watch till the end to know it all. Hey people, welcome back. In today's video, we will be looking at the latest updates on the Ripple versus SEC case. But before we start, make sure to enable all your notifications to our channel to keep up with all the hottest secrets in the world of XRP. When the Securities and Exchange Commission filed a complaint alleging that Ripple Labs, one of the leading companies in crypto technology, had broken securities laws, it seemed like a no-brainer. The case was signed off on by then SEC Chairman Jay Clayton only hours before quitting from the agency following Donald Trump's loss in the 2020 presidential election. Because important choices in government are normally left to the incoming administration to figure out, the timing was a little strange. The SEC's Enforcement Division, on the other hand, has a reputation for independence, with staff attorneys remaining in their positions regardless of who is in charge. According to Fox Business, the enforcement staff was unanimous in their choice to file, while the 5-member panel voted 3-2. According to the SEC's lawsuit, Ripple executives disobeyed the Commission's warnings that when they sold $1.3 billion worth of XRP, the digital coin used on Ripple's platform, they were breaking securities laws because the sales were not registered with the Commission and no investor disclosures were made, both of which are required when a company sells a security. Because it was being used to fund the build-out of Ripple's platform and benefit its top executives, the SEC considered XRP to be a security, just like a stock or a bond. The corporation could agree to a commission, as most companies do, even if the price is high. It would have to repurchase $1.3 billion in XRP that the Securities and Exchange Commission believes was obtained illegally.
And illegal?
Ripple may also go to federal court and fight it out, which SEC staff attorneys were convinced they would win. It didn't seem to matter that the SEC's action would affect not only Ripple, but also ordinary consumers who bought the now suspicious XRP digital token. Most SEC targets, though, choose to settle rather than spend money battling in court, but Ripple is an exception. Brad Garlinghouse, the company's CEO, and Stuart Alderati, its general counsel, chose to fight in both the courtroom and the court of public opinion. They assembled a dream team of legal talent and top lobbyists and crafted a persuasive public relations campaign claiming that the SEC's lawsuit is nothing more than prosecutorial overreach, wrong on the law, and so riddled with conflicts of interest that, if successful, it will benefit its competitors while suffocating crypto innovation. As both sides prepare to go to court, the situation is becoming increasingly tense. Ripple's massive document requests from the SEC have been compared to harassment, according to the SEC. The SEC has overstepped its jurisdiction, according to Ripple, and has abandoned its position as an independent regulator. Legal experts argue that the SEC's time would have been better spent elsewhere. The matter is set to go to trial early next year, with neither party willing to back down. The financial industry in the United States is one of the most heavily regulated in the world, so it's only natural that the rapidly growing crypto industry would draw regulatory scrutiny from other levels of government, including the Securities and Exchange Commission, also known as Wall Street's top cop. The SEC's enforcement agenda is built around disclosure, which requires companies to register sales of investment contracts that are legally designated securities with the agency and make necessary financial information public. If the SEC wins in federal court before Judge Annalisa Torres in the Southern District of New York, it will go a long way toward establishing the agency as crypto's primary regulator, imposing what industry executives believe is the SEC's traditional heavy-handed oversight approach, potentially demanding massive amounts of disclosure in a business that prides itself on being an alternative to government control.
What alternative?
It may, for example, travel back in time to see if other crypto companies breached the law in the same way that Ripple did, and now have to pay up. Regulators, not the markets, will decide who wins and who loses, according to the critics of the SEC, based on arbitrary interpretations of the law and relationships with prominent individuals in the crypto industry. Worse, crypto innovation could be inhibited in the United States, causing it to go overseas to countries where financial disclosures aren't required. China, which is vying for global economic domination, might gain a significant edge by producing a game-changing technology. The stakes are equally as great if Ripple wins, but in different ways. Yes, when the SEC relinquishes responsibility to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, which supervises commodities with a far softer regulatory touch, innovation may flourish. Blockchain might become the next internet, a technology so revolutionary that it could supplant traditional banking and other methods of purchasing and selling goods. With so much riding on this lawsuit, Fox Business launched a comprehensive examination of Ripple's regulatory approach. Charges made by Ripple executives and others that Ripple and the XRP cryptocurrency are in the regulatory crosshairs because other digital organizations have effectively developed links to individuals and firms active in the regulatory community were a particular focus of our reporting. The SEC granted them a hall pass, allowing them to operate as virtual currencies without official regulation. In preparation for this piece, Fox Business spoke with Ripple officials extensively.
We had a little chat.
They claim they've done nothing illegal, and the facts will prove that as the case progresses. Former SEC officials and industry leaders tell Fox Business that Ripple has no one but itself to blame. They characterize Garlinghouse and company as opportunists who profited from the sale of XRP by breaking the rules. Finally, there's John Deaton, an asbestos litigation attorney who has become a crypto folk hero by pointing out the inequities in the SEC's case and giving a voice to the tens of thousands of XRP holders who bought the digital coin as passive investors and are now suffering as a result of the SEC's actions. The outcome of the Ripple case has a lot riding on it. The prolonged battle has prompted some members of Congress to reconsider crypto legislation, as well as squabbles within the SEC. GOP commissioners such as Hester Pierce, the so-called crypto mom, are increasingly pushing Gensler, her nominal employer, to ease off on crypto regulation. Pierce has gained the moniker as a result of her long-standing support for cryptocurrency, and she is proposing a safe harbor that would halt all future SEC enforcement actions until a more comprehensive regulatory framework is created. She wants Congress to recognize crypto's unique status as a vital technology that should be nurtured rather than attacked by the government. Pierce was one of the 2 commissioners who voted against the charges being brought against Ripple by the whole commission. However, a new crypto Uber regulator appears to be years away. Any action will be slowed by congressional divisions, and if Republicans retake the House and Senate in the 2022 midterm elections, there will be even more inaction because Joe Biden, a Democrat, will be in charge of the White House until at least 2025. Meanwhile, the Ripple lawsuit will continue to drag on, and the industry will debate its tangled mess. With that being said, we have come to the end of the video. We also want to let you know that this video is purely for entertainment purposes and does not offer any financial advice. It is always best to do your wide-spectrum research before investing. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. See you again with another video. Until then, bye!